TelecomTV, where ICT connects.
Hello, welcome to TelecomTV. My name is Martyn Warwick and I'm reporting from Bad Homburg in Germany from the SDN and OpenFlow World Congress 2013, and I'm talking with David Le Goff of Qosmos, Director of Strategic and Product Marketing. David, welcome, thanks for talking to us.
Hey,
Qosmos,
thanks for inviting me.
Pleasure. Qosmos is a pure software play company which hitherto has been completely transparent as far as the industry is concerned. Your name is not that well known, but that's changing now as SDN begins to become more powerful.
Exactly. As you correctly said, with the SDN and NFV rollout, it's all about softwareization, virtualizations of the components that were actually physically based so far.
Yeah.
So now for all the scalability, the agility purpose, right, we do think, all the industry do think that by structuring each of the software-based equipment in several portions, one portion may be the DPI, you will gain much more agility, flexibility. So obviously the transparency of Qosmos will disappear a little bit.
Okay, so let's go back to Qosmos for a second. Currently, you license your products to whoever wants to use them. Will that change as a result of the emergence of SDN and NFV?
It won't change in the way where we trust in our partners, the networking equipment providers. So we want to enable them to success within the NFV and SDN rollout, right? So we won't change that, and we will still ensure that these guys can enable their deployments within the mobile service providers, the enterprise, also operators.
But given in the past you've been transparent to the manufacturers, what about the service providers? Now that SDN is coming, are the service providers becoming more interested?
They are, definitely, right? But it's also a matter of supporting them. It's also a matter of the structure of each company, right? And Qosmos has been addressed. All the networking equipment providers since many years. We want to continue in this success because we know very well our customers, and our customers know very well theirs, right? So.
Sure.
Definitively, we can actually direct touch to the service providers, data center operators, but much more, to discuss, interact, and enable global optimizations. But at the end of the day, right, our customers will remain the same.
Okay. Now, as far as service providers are concerned, the whole idea seems to be that for SDN and NFV, it requires network intelligence as a very basis upon which to overlay it. How's that going? Is that happening? How's that playing out?
It's happening, and actually there is no way, to avoid this, right? As soon as you understand that you need to manage your networks from an application perspective, you need some network intelligence to enable the orchestration tools, to make the network application aware.
Sure.
So application aware, network intelligence will also refer to DPI components inside the networks at many places. And this is where actually Qosmos plays a crucial role.
Okay, so the service becomes applications aware, so you have the split between the physical fixed network and virtualization of it and the applications running over the top. That's a big change. How is that change being managed?
It's being managed through many standards, organizations. We are at the stage where now all the networking industry, it's huge, are working all together within the ONF and the ETSI standardizations, actually to move forward all together and apply, the correct rules, the correct policies to decouple all the physical environment from the software environment.
Almost exactly a year ago to the day, at another SDN conference in Darmstadt, also in Germany, this time last year.
We were there.
You were there. I wasn't, but you were. They launched the NFV white paper. It relates obviously to SDN as well because they're complementary technologies. What have you seen change in the industry in the year between then and now?
First of all, I think it was, the main points of what we see today, right? It was the enabler of what we are discussing every day now, application awareness and automations and network agility, right? It's a big complement area to the SDN discussions and organizations that we have discussed with since 2 years with the ONF, right? So since 1 year now, within the ETSI organizations, thanks to this NFV white paper, we have formed working groups to discuss all together about what is a virtual networking equipment, how do you manage it, what are the security issues, concerns, how are you going to resolve the scalability, how are you going to resolve the non-hardware challenges, right? Because it's all about software now. How are you going to sustain high performance where you don't have any more proprietary hardware, accelerated hardware? So it's definitively a collective, I say collective, right, move ahead with all the industry. And I'm very pleased, actually, that Qosmos is at the core of this. It's a mix now of ISV, small startups, PME, SMB, right, with huge carriers, with huge networking equipment providers.
David Le Goff, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you again.